So we have today, we need a pillow, so it can be a half pillow or a big pillow, nice full blue ball, and we've got the strap for our feet for the reformer, and then we've also got a kettlebell for just some load through the legs, so you can either go for a 4 or a 6 or even the 8 kettlebell if you want something a little heavier. Okay, we're going to start on the mat, and we've got that ball on the mat and the pillow just set up ready for us. So as you lie yourself down, you want the ball towards the lower rib cage, so a little bit into that mid-spine, lower rib cage area, and then just let the body drape over the ball, and the ball should just slightly close the back of the rib cage and open the front a little bit more. So if it's comfortable for you here, if it's not comfortable, move the ball slightly, but if it is comfortable, you can let the hands relax down. If you are super comfortable, you can slide the pillow out as well and let the head go down towards the floor, so a little bit more of extension through the upper spine. If you like, the arms can go all the way overhead here, and also you can choose to extend the legs out as well if that feels good for you today. So just taking a few breaths here, breathing into the front of the rib cage. Trying to expand into that front of the diaphragm. So in this position, the back of the diaphragm is slightly closed, which opens the front of the rib cage a little bit more, which gives you that little bit of ability to breathe a little bit more into the front. So taking those few breaths into the front of the rib cage. Let's take 2 more breaths like that here. Nice big expansions into the front, perhaps a little bit out to the side as well if you can. And then from here, we'll just roll ourselves over to the side, to a side. And then we're going to bring ourselves up. And then we're just going to bring that ball just underneath the lower side of that rib cage. Legs into a bit of a, almost like a Z-sit position with the bottom leg forward. The top leg can be bent or you can extend it out. And then we're just going to drape the body over that ball again, and the ball again is still in that lower rib cage area. So the spine is laterally flexed over the ball, the top leg can be straight or you can keep it bent, and then the top arm is going to come up and over the head there too. You're going to take a few breaths into that top rib cage. So now the bottom part of the rib cage is slightly closed and the top side of the rib cage is open. So we're going to create a little bit more space in that lateral side of the rib cage with our breath in. As you're in this position as well, if you slightly tip the pelvis backwards, so you're thinking about drawing your pubic bone to the sternum, you'll feel the low back lengthen out a little bit. The front of the rib cage will close slightly, and then that can give you a little bit more ability to breathe into that top side a little bit more. So taking a couple of breaths there. And then if you bring that top hand around in front of you, turn yourself around so that the shoulders are now facing the floor. Both hands come one on top of the other, and then let the head drop down to the hands. From here, again, thinking about drawing your pubic bone towards your sternum slightly, so your low back lengthens out. And now that ball, if it is too high, it'll be very uncomfortable on that breast tissue, so just move it down. The ball is right in the front and side of that under rib cage, and then we're going to breathe into the back and side of that upper rib cage. So taking a couple of breaths into that top, back and side of the rib. Keep that pubic bone connected to the sternum slightly. You may get a little bit more of a stretch through that left top side back. Couple more breaths like that. And then we'll de-rotate the body, bring yourself back up, and then we'll go the other side. So left leg is forward, right leg is back slightly, And then we just drape that body over the ball. You can come onto the pillow if you like, or it can be on the floor. Bottom leg is either bent or extended. Sorry, that's the top leg, and the bottom leg, the leg that you're lying on, is just bent out the front. Top arm is over the head, and then take a couple of breaths into that top side of the rib. So drawing your pubic bone slightly towards your sternum, connecting the rib cage and the front of the pelvis slightly, and then that restricts the front slightly so that you can breathe into that back a little more, or into that side, sorry. Couple more breaths there. And then we'll bring that top hand around so that we can rotate the shoulders down towards the floor. Both hands come one on top of the other, rotating the chest down. Adjust the ball if you need. But now it is closing that front side of the rib cage. And we're going to breathe into that opposite side back. Taking that nice big breath in, drawing your pubic bone towards your sternum. That little bit of length through the low back. And then intensifying that stretch with that inhalation. It looks like a bit of a passive stretch, but it's actually quite active with that connection from the pubic bone to the sternum. We'll de-rotate the body, and then we'll come all the way back up. All right, so from here, we're going to come over to our reformer. So we're going to bring the ball with us, and we're going to start with a bridge. So the spring tension choices could be a red and a blue, or for something a little bit more challenging, you could go for a red and a white. You could just go a red as well. Red's going to be quite challenging. That's going to make you work a little bit more through the back of the leg. So the lighter the spring, the harder it will be. If you want as well, you can lower your foot bar down one click. That will make it slightly easier. Otherwise, keep that foot bar right up to the top for a good challenge. You know, I like to throw the straps off so that they don't jingle jangle, but not necessary. But then it gives me that nice position, or nice smooth shoulder rest on my shoulders. So lie yourself down onto your back. Bring the ball in between the knees, and then just bring your hands beside your hips. We're going to take a nice breath in here, and then as you exhale, you're going to rock the pelvis backwards, allowing that low back to connect to the carriage, and then we're going to roll up into our bridge position. Good. We're going to take a breath in at the top, breathe into the back of the rib cage. As you exhale, roll the spine all the way down, coming back down into that centered position at the bottom, and take a breath at the bottom there. As you exhale, tip the pelvis backwards and start to peel the spine off the carriage again, coming all the way up into that bridge position. At the top this time, if you'd like, squeeze the ball in between the knees. Release the squeeze, and then roll the spine back down. Good. We're just going to keep on going with this, like 3 or 4 more here. So we're tipping back, we're articulating up as we exhale. Then we pause at the top. We squeeze the ball nice and firm. Release the squeeze, and then rolling down. Think about that sternum melting down, and then the rest of the spine coming down into that centered position, and then rocking that pelvis back again. Coming up all the way up to the top. Taking a nice breath in at the top, and then as you exhale, squeeze the ball. Release the squeeze, and then roll the spine slowly back down, back into that centered position, trying to stay in on the stopper. If you've got a light spring, you should be really feeling like that's quite a challenge. As you come up to the top, think about the sit bones pulling towards the back of the knees, squeezing the ball, adding into that medial hamstring, medial inner thigh, rolling down. Good. Next time we're at the top, we're going to pause at the top. So rocking back, rolling up. We pause at the top this time, and we hold here. Now in this position, we're going to keep the pelvis and spine still, but we are going to flex the hip, which will drop the pelvis and spine down. We're strong and stable through the center. The sit bones, the heels are just down to the sit bones are just down to the heels, and then we drive the pelvis back up again. Inhale, lower the pelvis down. Exhale, driving back up. Now if you want, as you lower No squeeze on the ball as you lift. Squeeze and lift, right? Slowly lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Let's go 7 more of these. Oh, that light spring will be lovely right now. Breathe out, squeeze and lift. Trying to stay in on the stopper. Breathe out, squeeze and lift. 5 more. Exhale, squeeze and lift. 4. Squeeze and lift. 3. Squeeze and lift. 2. All the way up. And 1. Tip that pelvis backwards, come all the way up. And then roll the spine all the way down. Good, pause there. Take a little breather. Whew, that was good. And then we're going to tip the pelvis backwards. We're going to come up into our bridge once more. And then we're going to hold in that bridge. From here, we're going to lower the pelvis down again. But while we do this, we're going to extend the legs out. So my heels, my knees, my hips, my shoulders are in one long line. And then lift up with the pelvis, the knees, the hips, and the shoulders are in the line again. So sliding out, lowering the pelvis just halfway down, lifting and bringing that carriage all the way into the stopper. Keep going like this, all the way out. And then lift and squeeze the ball on the way in, if you like. All the way out. Lift and squeeze the ball on the way in. Let's go 4 more. Lift and squeeze. 3. Come all the way into the stopper. Every time, lift that pelvis. Pull those sit bones towards the back of the knees. Last 2. Ooh. And the last one. Lift and squeeze. Pause in on the stopper. And then roll the spine all the way down. Ooh, that was fun. Let the legs relax there for a moment. Take that ball out. Let the knees just fall from side to side, just reducing a little bit of tension, getting a little bit of movement through the spine. And then from there, we're just going to do 1 more bridge, actually 2 more, but we'll just do 1 to just get that that ball underneath the pelvis. So we're going to rock the pelvis backwards, lift up, and then slide the ball just underneath the pelvis so it's in that centered position so we can have our spine and pelvis in center too. Hands come down to the hip, or down to the carriage, and then one leg comes up into tabletop and then the other. Bring those knees and feet together so they're both touching on either leg, and then from here we're just going to slowly extend one leg away, lowering it down, and then coming back, and then slowly extending your other leg away. Breathing out as you lower, breathing in as you lift. Now, that foot bar may be cramping your style a little bit. You're like, oh, I want to go a little lower. I want a little bit more load here. You could go low to the foot bar and then just hover just off the foot bar. So take your time when the leg is extended away. Nice breath out, draw that belly down. Just giving yourself a little bit more time under load. If you want, both hands are up towards the ceiling. You can do that half up as well if you like. Now another little way to add a little bit more tension will be on that core with a little bit of load is both legs long and away and both legs coming back. So let's do 6 more of whatever you're doing, either the single leg extending out or we have both legs extending out. Lowering them down, drawing that belly down, and then bending, coming back. Breathing out, extending those legs long and straight away. And I try and reach those legs all the way past the end of your reformer. Nice and long. Last one, all the way out. And then let's bring those legs all the way back in. One foot down and then the other. Lift the bum off the ball. And then let that spine come down again. Pop the ball just down to the side, bring your hands to the shoulder rest, and then let those legs be wide. Let the knees fall all the way over to one side, just taking a breath there. And then bring the legs back and all the way over to the other side. So allowing those thigh bones to kind of rotate a little bit in the hip socket. Then bringing the knees and feet back together, and we'll go from side to side with the knees and feet together as well. And then we'll throw the legs off the side and we'll come up into our seated position. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to decrease our spring down, or maybe you're already down there. You could decrease your spring down to a blue spring or a white spring. Now, the white spring is going to be mildly more challenging, but the blue spring is also very challenging for this exercise. So we're going to bring our feet onto the foot bar. We're going to work a lot through our tummy. The ball is just going to come behind your bum here. Now, with this position, when you got your feet on the foot bar, you can push the carriage away slightly so that you don't have to be crammed up while we're just here. Sitting up nice and tall. Now let's show you the rest position first, or the opposite of what we're going to be doing. Whenever you need it, you come to here. So pull the foot bar towards you, lift your sternum up, and then come into an extended spine. So you're slightly extending the spine. The sternum is lifting, the rib cage is lifting, the sit bone, or the front of the hip, is drawing down. So you're like lengthening through that tummy. And you'll know afterwards that what you need. Make sure your bum is right at the front of the carriage. The ball is just behind the back there, and you're sitting nice and tall right up on those sit bones. From here, we're going to rock the pelvis backwards, and you're just going to find that ball behind you. You're just behind the sit bones, and you're going to draw the lowest little bit of tummy back towards the pelvis there. So think about that little bit of flesh just above your pubic bone, drawing back, so you've really got that nice strong connection through the low tummy. Now, if you need help at all, the hands can come to here, or the hands stay here. Hands behind the head is going to be a little bit more challenging, elbows forward, or elbows wide, the most challenging here, right? So you pick your position with your hands, and then bring your toes onto the foot bar. So balls of the feet onto the foot bar, you're still drawing that little bit of tummy back, and you're going to extend the legs out. Hold with the legs straight here, and then pick your right leg up into tabletop, pop that right foot down, and then pick your left leg up into tabletop. So we're just going to go for a march here. So we're going 8, 7, breathing out as you lift, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We've got the right leg in tabletop, the left leg is on the foot bar. From here, the left leg bends, we bring the carriage in, and then we extend the left leg out. If you want, as you bend your left leg, the right leg goes over the foot bar, and then as you extend your left leg out, you spring off. So you can just stay planted to the foot bar, the right leg can stay in tabletop, or as you come in, the right leg goes over the foot bar, or it could go under the foot bar. Hands, remember, can be in whatever challenging position you choose. We've got 3. Breathing out as you spring away or extend that left leg. 2, and 1. Bring that leg in, bring the feet down to the wooden platform, roll yourself up to sitting, pull the foot bar towards you, and lift the sternum up. Our first rest. Okay, put that foot bar down. From there, sitting nice and tall, we rock back onto that ball again, drawing your pubic bone to your sternum, feet onto the foot bar, push the legs away. From here, lifting up again, one leg and then the other. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Your left leg is in tabletop. Your right leg bends. It comes in, and then we spring out or just push out, and then left leg over or under the foot bar, right leg to straight, or it springs off. Now this is where that blue or the white spring really comes into play. I've got my white spring on, that's why I'm moving slowly. If you're moving a little quicker, that's fine. We've got 4. You can go over, under, you can alternate. 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring the feet down. Roll yourself up to sitting, and then take another breath here, lifting the sternum up, coming into that nice big back extension, rocking the pelvis forward so that you go the opposite way than what we were. Foot bar comes down again. Okay, now we're about to have a lot of fun here. This is like we call this one running and then skipping. That sounds fun. Okay, so we're gonna roll back behind the sit bones, find the ball again, bring the feet onto the foot bar, and then extend the legs out. Same thing with the hands, wherever you want. More challenge, the hands come to here, here, or elbows forward, right? Interlace those fingertips nicely behind the back of the head as well, wherever you are. From here, we're just going to slightly bend the knees, and then you're going to pick one leg up, and we're just going to switch. Keep an eye on the foot bar as you just switch the legs, alternating. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your toes onto the foot bar, bend your knees, come all the way in. Now we hop. So our left leg lifts into tabletop, and then we plant the right foot down, plant the left foot down, and then hop with the right leg, right? So if you want to, you can hold behind the knee as you switch legs. This will give you a little bit of a breather through the core, but remember we've got the arms here if we want, we've got them here, we've got them here, right? If you want to make this harder, do I want to? Yes, I'm going to. As you switch in the air. So you switch and then you land with one. You hop, you switch in the air, you land with one. Let's go 6. Oh, I can't believe I said that. 5. Oh, yes. Good. See if you can lift those legs high. 4. Oh, my tummy is dying. 3. And switch. 2. And switch. And 1. And switch. Oh, my God. Lifting the chest up. Going into the extension. Now, another way you can do this is a big lift up and lengthen through the arms up here as well, because we need it. Good. Taking a moment or two, just bringing yourself out of that flexion. We've got the last one, which is going to be rotation. Now, we're going to go back to our skipping with the feet changing at the foot bar. And we're just going to add a rotation in. We always rotate to the bent knee. So we rotate as we spring out, and then we look at the foot bar, we square the shoulders as we come in, just in case I can't get that all out while I'm doing it. All right, rock the pelvis backwards, find that connection through the center again, both toes onto the foot bar. From here, let's skip out with the left leg coming into tabletop first. So we go hands behind the head. Now you could do this, with your left hand to the edge of the carriage, and then you switch, you bring your arm across, and then you come down, and then you switch. Right? Or hands behind the head, rotate. And then look at the foot bar to land, rotate. Look at the foot bar to land. We got 8. Good. Hand down and switch. 7. And in and out. 6. Coming in, rotate back. 5. 4. Breathing out as you spring away. 3. 2, and the last one. Yippee! Come all the way in. Okay, thank God that's over. Okay, we'll bring that ball in, and we'll just pop the ball just behind the wooden platform so he's out of the way, we're not going to trip over him. We come up, we can go for that nice big stretch up towards the ceiling again, just getting that nice length through the front of the tummy. And then from here, we're going to come into our back rowing now, so facing towards the pulleys. With this one, we want to go for a nice firm spring here. So something like blue, white, red, red, white, red, blue, red, blue, and a white, whatever you like there, right? For your arms. So we're going to bring the legs through. Now you can cross one leg over the other, or you can bend your knees. So I want you to be sitting nice and tall on those sit bones. Then you're going to slide those straps through to the elbow, right? Elbows are low, sitting up nice and tall, and then we're just going to pull the arms back. So the elbows come back, the shoulder blades retract, and then we bring those arms forward. Exhale as you pull back. Inhale, coming forward. So we slide the lower tips of the shoulder blades back towards one another and then forward. So you could just stay with this if you like. Otherwise, the next time the elbows are coming back, we pause here. From here, we lift the elbows up. We lower the elbows down just to shoulder height, then just a little lower, then bring those arms forward. So we go back, up, down, and then forward. Back, up, down, and then forward. Good, let's go 5. So it could just be a pull, hold, and then forward. Or a pull, up, down, and then forward. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the arms forward. Now keep the elbows bent, but just let the head, chin drop down towards the chest, and let the upper spine be pulled forward slightly. So you create that nice stretch through that upper spine. Take a breath there. Roll the spine back up to sitting. Open your elbows wide. Hold here for 5, or lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms forward. Drop the head down. Let the upper spine stretch forward again. Take a nice breath in. Bring the body back up. Head's right over top of the ribs. And then pull back. So make sure your skull is back here, not forward. Otherwise you're going to get a lot of work through that upper trap. 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms forward. One more little breath before our third and final set of these. Good. Body back up. Pull those elbows back. And we've got 5. Either just the hold still, 4, or the lift. 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms all the way forward. Last little breather there. Slide those arms out of the straps. Go for those short loops. One and then the other. And then sitting nice and tall. Hands are just strong. Our arms are strong and straight. And then we pull those arms straight back. Pulling them straight back just beside your hips there. Sitting nice and tall. We've got that support through the center. As we exhale, we pull back. Leading with that little finger, palm is facing in. We're going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms forward straight into a bicep curl here. So slowly bend the arm and then slowly extend. We got 8, 7, 6. Breathing out as you flex the elbows, full extension. Hand can stay high. Let's get a little bit more work through that front of the shoulder. So rather than lower, if you are getting a bit of tension through the neck, just drop those elbows down a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Bring those arms all the way forward. Put your left strap onto the shoulder rest and then reach with the left hand across to that tiny, tiny loop up by the silver clip. From here, let the shoulders be rotated around. So let that spring pull that left arm forward. And then from here, we pull around and across. 10. Rotating around. 9. 8. 7. 6, spiraling up and around. Think about that right lowest rib to the left hip. 4, left hand can be wide for a little bit more work through the back of the shoulder. And 1, bring that arm all the way forward. Slide that strap onto that shoulder rest. Reach for that right loop. Let the shoulders be pulled around, so let that right shoulder come all the way around. Take a breath and then pulling back. 10. 9. So think about that left lowest rib coming to the right hip. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep that right fist wide if you can. 2, and 1. Bring that arm all the way back. Good. Pop that strap onto the shoulder rest, and now we're going to turn ourselves around so we come into our low kneeling position. Now we're going to do our chest press here. So we are going to come up into our high kneeling position. Of course, if your knees only do like high kneeling, then that's where you stay, right? Otherwise, we're going to come up and down, or you could stay low. So we're going to go for perhaps a red spring for your chest. a blue spring for your chest. That's going to be, you know, relatively manageable, hopefully, for everyone. But blue and a white would be a little bit more. Red's going to be a little bit more again. And then the red and the white is going to be, again, heavier, right? So you choose. So just to test your spring out, we're going to do one where we're low. If you can't come low, then stay high. We're going to go for that small loop with the hands. And I've tucked my toes under against the shoulder rest. So I'm kind of, my toes are a little bit of a stretch at the same time here. Heels, bums down onto the heels. Elbows come in beside your ribs and palms are facing up. From here, we're going to push those arms straight forward. And then you're going to bend your elbows. Good. How did that spring feel? Challenging, but not too challenging, because when you come up, it's going to feel heavier. Up and then down. So as we come up and down, we're going to try for 10 of these. And I want you to see if you can keep your rib cage over the pelvis as you come up and down, rather than coming into your hip hinge and coming up and then down. We want to keep the pelvis and the rib cage aligned as you come up and down. We've got 4, 3, push those arms all the way forward, reach those hands past that foot bar, and 1. All right, from here, we're going to lower down, untuck your toes, but don't shimmy back. So now my toes are on the inside of the shoulder rest. My toes are untucked here. Good. Elbows bend, of course. If you can't, high kneeling is where you're still at. We're going to do another set of those, but now we're going to come down, and as we come down, instead of coming down and lowering all the way down onto our bum, we're going to come down and hover. So I'm going to do my best to hover and talk and not die. All right, so elbows in, we're going to push up, good, and then we're going to slowly come down. We come to hover, and then we push up again. We got 9. Oh my God. 8, this is optimistic. We're going to do it. 7. Ooh, I might go all the way down. 6. Good. 5. Holy crap. 4. Oh my God, I hate this one. 3. I mean, I love it. 2. And 1. That got really small. Hopefully you guys did a much better demonstration of that one. I did not done that one in a long time. Okay. So from there, bring those arms to straight. See, we all struggle through that, hopefully not just me. One arm strap is going to go down and then the other. And then from there, we're going to come up to standing. And we're going to come around and grab onto our box. Yeah, I need to work those quads a little bit more, I think, before I get into that Canadian powder. Okay, so from here, we're going to lower our foot bar down just 1 click. And then the box is on in the long box position. Now this is going to be nice, not like that other one. We're going to lie down on our tummies, and we've got the body forward. Now we're just going to adjust. Everyone can just come onto a blue spring here. This is, again, just a nice mobilization exercise here. So we're not going to have it too heavy, so just that blue. Your rest position is here with your hands crossed over one another, forehead or chin on the hands, but probably won't need it too much. Hands are going to be over top of the foot bar, otherwise, and the body's just in line with the box. We're going to extend the arms out so that the arms extend fully to straight, feel nice and long through the whole torso, so a little bit active through the legs, through the tummy, body's in line with the box. Now, we're going to start to extend the spine, coming into that extension, upper spine extension. I want you to think about your sternum being like an airplane on a runway. Your sternum goes forward first, and then it comes gradually up into the sky, coming into that small extension. The rib cage, lower rib cage is down. We're coming into just that upper spine extension, and then we lower the body back down. Good. So we come forward with the sternum and up. The shoulder blades slide down the back slightly, and then as we exhale, we lower. So it's just a really easy little lift through that upper spine. If you are at all feeling a little bit crammed through the shoulders, of course, bring your hands down a little more, but otherwise hands on the foot bar, on the black there, coming up into that small extension and then lowering down. Think about that nice long line. So as you come up, instead of looking forward, we want to look down slightly with that little nod of the chin towards the chest. So we've got that nice long back of the neck. As we come up, the gaze does shift, but it doesn't go all the way forward, you know, past the end, right? So next time you're coming up, let's start to creep up a little higher. So that maybe the front of the rib cage does come up and then lowers down. Every time you come up, perhaps you come a little bit higher, but as you come higher, you lift up through the front of the body a little more. So always supporting that whole torso, right? So we've got that whole strength through the torso, back extensors, tummy, working as we come up and then lowering down. Good, we feel that nice long length, starting from that upper spine, mid spine, low back, comes into that extension and then lowering down. You just come up as high as it feels good for you today. Let the scapula or the shoulder blades slide easily on the rib cage, right? Allow that movement to happen. We want that. Coming up into your extension and then lowering down. Oh, this one feels good, and I really want to do this for the rest of the class, but we know what's coming next. So we better get it done. Lower your body all the way down. Bend your elbows and come all the way in, and then we'll just slide off the side of the box there. Okay, so the box is going to turn, and now the box comes over top of your shoulder rests. When it's over top of the shoulder rests, make sure that you've got the top of the carriage and the headrest visible. So that box is really pushed back against the shoulder rest. I don't want it here, otherwise you're going to be falling off. Okay, so on the shoulder rest, against the shoulder rest. Now, we've got that strap. I want you to take your time with the setup of the strap. Pull it through. I like to lower my foot bar down out of the way, but it is totally not necessary, but just, I like it. So here, we're going to come into our side bow and arrow position. So how I do it, I want my bottom leg, or my side of my leg, to be in the center of the box. I don't want to be too close to the edge of the box. So my bum is in the center of the box, and then my leg is going to come into that strap. Now, for me, that strap feels too short, because when I go down, I'm going to be quite low, right? So I want to come up a little higher with my body. So I'm going to bring that strap just underneath one of those star knobs, one side of the strap. The other side, I'm going to just give that a little test out, see how that feels for me. Okay, that feels a bit better. When I come into my low position, I might even go a little bit more tighter there. So the star knobs are a really good little thing to just shorten a little bit. You do have that ability to shorten down to the smaller D loop, but how I always have my strap set up is that little, the hook is on the middle D loop, and then I use the star knobs to adjust there. Now, I think that's going to be good, so I'm going to add a little bit of spring. If you are taller and you feel like I can't straighten that leg and be in the center of the box, you need to push your stopper out, right? So find that position, push up with that strong straight leg and reach that leg long, and then we're just resting on that bottom side hip, right? This bottom leg can do whatever you want. I like to tuck it behind sometimes I just leave them out there. I'm going to slowly bring my body down so that my hand can reach the headrest, and then I'm going to find that lift through that underside waistline. Now I'm looking for 3 lines here: across the shoulders, across the hips on an oblique angle across the shoulders, and then a straight line down my spine. So it's like a capital I here and then down the spine. From here, I'm just going to hold in this position, unload my hands, see how that feels, keep that leg reaching, cross my hands across my chest or bring my hands behind my head, holding here. 10, 9. Think about drawing your pubic bone to your sternum so your low back lengthens out. You've got all that strength through the core now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hand down, bring the body up. Take a little breather. You can come into a little lateral stretch, a little rotation, whatever you want to do in between. Okay, so now from here, we're going to come into that position again, and then now, so we find that I position, and then we're going to laterally flex down, and then we're going to laterally flex up. So remember right at the beginning we put that ball underneath that waistline, and the bottom side shortened and the top side lengthened. That's what we're going to do, but then we're going to do it the up side as well. So foot into the strap, push the leg away, strong and straight with that leg. Find your capital I position, so you feel nice and stable, hips, shoulders. Draw your pubic bone to your sternum, long through the low back, hand position, wherever you like it. You can keep it here, right, if you need to. As we inhale, we're going to go down over that imaginary ball, and then we're going to come up. We're going for 10, over, and then up. We've only got 8 more. Over, and then up. We got 7. Over, lift through that underside, shorten through that top side, lengthen through the top side, shorten through the top side. We've got 5, and up. 4, and up. 3, and up. 2, up, and the last 1, all the way up. Oh my God, that was fun. All right, from there, a little side to side stretch perhaps, a little rotation, whatever. Okay, so now we've got our pulses. So we're going to come into our I again, and then we're going to do 6 tiny little pulses in that up flexion. We're going to go all the way down, and then we're going to come up and do another 6. Let's see how we feel. We might do a 3rd set, but we'll see. Foot comes into the strap, and then connect your pubic bone to your sternum. That foot can tuck behind if we like. We find our capital I position, right? Okay, from here, now we just bring that up. So we think about that shortening of the side, and then tiny little pulses here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go all the way down. And we come up, 6 tiny little pulses. Keep that hip stacked, no losing the tension on that strap. 3, 2, 1. Let's do another set. All the way down, all the way up. 6, 5, almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down, 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 down. Keep the leg in the strap, keep the foot flexed. Let the body come all the way down. A big stretch through this top side. Good. The hand can be down to the floor. Rotate your shoulders down. Draw your pubic bone slightly towards the sternum. Hands can come to the frame. And then take a few breaths there. Okay, let's de-rotate the body. Climb yourself back up. Now we've got all of that on the other side. Whew. Okay. Let's turn around, bring that right foot into the strap, so we don't have to take as long setting this up because it's already ready. You guys didn't say the side, so just the bottom bum is on the box and the top leg is in the strap. And then from here, stack the shoulders. We come into our I position, right? Draw your pubic bone to your sternum, and then slowly take that weight either just a little bit off, cross the arms over the chest, or hands behind your head. Wherever you feel you want to go. From there, we're holding in this position. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back up. Oh, I feel like this is my strong side, but also we've only just started. Lucky we didn't do this side first, otherwise we would have been doing a few more. Good. Or a little side to side stretch, whatever you need to do there. And then we're coming back, ready for that capital I. And this is where we come up and go down, so both ways. Wherever you want for the hands crossed over, we're taking that weight off, pausing here, coming up, and then slowly lifting through that underside as we go down. Up, lifting and over that imaginary ball. We got 8, 7, keep that pubic bone connected to the sternum. 6, 5, all the way down with control, lengthen that top side, and up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, come all the way up. Whew. Okay, I'm not sure about whether that's my strong side now or not. Give yourself a little rotation, little lateral flexion, whatever you need to do just to decrease that tension slightly. It'll be there for a few days, I'd imagine. There might be a little bit of, after bang from this. Okay, leg in, coming down into that long line. And then from here, we're going just for those pulses, right? So hand can be on the box if you need to do so those small little lifts. Tiny lifts. 4, 3, keep that hip stack. 2, and 1, all the way down. Lengthen through the top side and then come back up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, draw the pube into the sternum. 1, all the way down. Last one back up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Get that foot flexed, let that body drape over. Good, taking a couple of breaths there. And then rotate the body. Heads drop down. Taking a few breaths there too. And then we'll come back up. Help yourself back up off that box there. And then we're going to come all the way up. We're going to take the box off. We're going to pop that box down to the end. And while we're down at the end, we're also going to grab onto our platform extender. So the platform extender is going to come over, just pop it onto the carriage. If you lift your foot bar up just a little bit so that you can remove that strap and then lower the foot bar back down. So a blue and a white or a red spring, getting ready for the outside of the legs with our standing lunge here. And then this is where the kettlebell can come into play. So picking up either your 4 or your 6. I'm going to face away from you guys first and then I'm going to turn around just so you can see what's going on with the ankle, but it's just a heel raise, right? So you've got the kettlebell in the hand that is closest towards the pulleys, and then your hand your foot that's furthest away from the pulleys is on that platform extender or the wooden platform, right? Left foot is on the floor, standing nice and tall here. We're going to peel that left heel right up into a releve, and then we're going to lower down. So our calf raise. As we do our calf raise here, we're going to go for 10. We're going to try and keep the weight over the left leg or the back leg, right? So try not to shift forward into the front. Right, we're going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up. From here, we lower halfway, and then we lift up quick lifts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heel down, shift the weight into your far away hand, so the one that's closest to the foot bar and the one that's standing on the platform, and then we're going to shift the weight into that leg and we're going to step up, bring the leg through and up to hip height, and then we step that leg back down to the floor, come down. You can just step to the floor and then step back up again, finding your balance, and then lowering down and then lifting back up, or we go down, and as we step down, we sink down a little deeper into that hip, that's that front leg hip, and then we step back up. We come down, let the body come forward slightly so the weight is still over that front leg, and then back up. Slowly down, keeping an eye on that alignment of that front leg, and then coming up. Let's go 5. And up. The back leg just lightly touches down. 4. Keep the weight in the front. 3. 2. You'll notice I'm standing on the wooden platform, so I don't have to think about it so much while I'm talking, staring at a white wall. And 1, well, there's a few things I can look at there. But platform extender would be a little bit more challenging on your balance, right? Soft surface. Once you're up there, I'm going to stay up there and just going to shimmy across so that our left foot is close onto that platform extender. I'm just going to tuck my toe in on the inside edge there, and my right foot is in the middle of the platform extender somewhere there. Okay, come down into our hip hinge, pause here, push out with the left. Pushing away, we got 8 of these. Keep the right leg still. Good, we got 7. No, that's not 8. 6, I'm going with it, we're going 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right leg up to straight. Okay, from here, we did 10, so we're gonna have to do a 10 on this one too. We sink down, we push the leg away, and we come up. So now my right leg is bending, my left leg stays straight. Or the pusher leg stays straight, and that stability leg sinks down. Good. If you need a little less spring tension, shimmy slightly towards the wooden platform. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh yeah, it's done. Good. Step forward off the carriage. We turn around. And now the weight's in the right hand. So we step up the foot that's closest to the wooden platform onto there, and then now we've got our calf raises. Again, lifting and lowering. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the weight back in that foot. 4, 3. Don't shift it forward yet. 2, and 1. Hold it up. Little lower and lifts. 10, 9. So from halfway to the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the foot down. Shift the weight into your other hand. Good. I'm going to shift across to the wooden platform again because there's a lot going on here. And then we're going to step forward and then come up. So a little bit more challenging on the platform extender because it's that soft surface. If you are finding your balance really challenged here, right, you can just step down to the floor and then back up. If you are on the higher reformer as well, I would suggest doing this on a box, right, next to the reformer, because the higher reformer is quite high. This is a huge step up. Or maybe you just step down to the floor without sinking down into that hip. Let's go 6. Down and up. 5 and up. 4, keep the weight forward. 3, 2, and 1. Yes, okay. So foot not too close to the edge, otherwise this is going to be really grunty, right? So I like to hook my toe in, but you could have it out. Then we come down and then we push out. We did 10, yay. 9, 8, 7. Sink deep into that stabilizing leg. 4. The pusher leg is bending, extending. The stabilizing leg is still. And 1. Come up. Okay, so now the pusher leg stays straight, stabilizing leg down and up. Still keeping the weight over that stabilizing leg. It's a fun time. Okay, we got 10 of these. When we're ready. I'm not ready. All right, I'm ready. We're going down. 10, 9. Sink back into that deep hip. 7, 6. Keep the weight over that stabilizing leg. 4, 3. Ooh. 2. Yippee. 1. Oh my, thank you, it's over. All right. Bring that weight down, pop him underneath that wooden platform, and then remove the platform extender and pop him to the side. So we're just going to finish here with our feet and straps. So we'll pick up our straps, just check that they're even, lift the foot bar all the way up. Now, for this we could go for a red and a blue, we could go for a red, a blue and a white, or you could go for 2 reds. Right, so once you've got all that set up, we'll lie down on the back, both feet onto the foot bar, push both legs away. One foot comes into the strap, push that leg to that 45-degree angle, and then the other foot, both legs away. From here, we're going to come straight into our frog position. Heels together, toes apart, bring those knees closer towards the chest, and then push away. So bending and extending. Now as you come into your frog, I want you guys to try and stay in that centered position. So stop the thighs just before the low back has to round, right? So I don't want them so close to the chest that the tail starts to lift off and the low back rounds. We want to just find that control position first. So we're just going to find that. Okay. Next time the legs are extended away, we'll pause there and then bring the toes to parallel. That's all we do. Legs parallel, toes parallel. Then from here we lift the legs straight up. Now try and keep the spine in that centered position as the legs lift. Bend your knees, come into your frog. The thighs don't come towards the chest, and then push away. So parallel with the legs, legs go straight up. The spine is stable. Into your frog, push away. Parallel, up, frog, push away, right? Either you could stay with this if you like, frog, push away, or the legs come to parallel, the legs come up. As you come up, you start to let the tail roll off, let the straps pull you off, come up and over, right? Bring the carriage towards the stopper, bend your knees. Knees are just as wide as your shoulder rest. We're in our up frog. From here, we start to roll the spine down. The back of the legs extend and the heels stay still in space. When you can't roll down any further, then you start to pull the heels down. You roll the rest of the way down. The heels come down to the sit bones, and then you push away. Parallel with the legs, straight up. Spine is in that center position, and then you let the spine roll up and over. Come up and over. Nice space in between the ribs and the hips. Bend your knees. Keep this space. Don't let those thighs slump down towards the shoulder rest. Roll the spine down slowly. Start to lengthen the back of the leg. Then start to pull your heels down. The rest of the spine touches down before you push your legs away. Parallel. Up. Roll up and over. Bend your knees. Roll down the spine. Legs extend. Pull your heels. Roll down the rest of the spine. Push away. Parallel. Up. Rolling up and over. All the way up. Create that space. Bend your knees. Roll the spine down. Keep that space. Pull your heels towards the sit bones. Pushing away. Last two. Up. So you could be staying with that bum down, just doing that frog parallel push away, right? Rolling down, heels to the sit bones, pushing away. Last one. Rolling up and over, heels into your up frog, rolling down into your down frog, pushing away. Keep the pelvis down, legs in parallel, up with the legs, open the legs, pull down and around for our circles. For this way, down and around, up, down and around, nice big circles. And then the next time the legs are coming together, we'll go the other way, out and around, slowly through that nice lengthening. And then pulling those legs back together. Keep the pelvis and spine nice and stable. And then pulling those legs back together. 3, 2, and then 1. And then bring those legs down on that 45-degree angle. One foot comes out of the strap. We throw that strap down to the floor. We find the foot bar with that leg, keep it straight. The other foot comes out. We bring the carriage all the way in. Make the feet wide there. Just allow the spine to gently rotate from one side to the other. Let the knees go. Come back through the center over to the other side with the legs. Back through the center. Both legs together if you like for a couple. And then you can throw the legs off the side and you can come up to sitting. Cool. Okay, you guys are done. Hopefully you followed along okay there. We've got to wipe down the reformer and put all the props back. Just take the springs off completely and put the straps onto the shoulder rests. And then wipe everything down. If you're the last in the studio, make sure that you turn off the aircon, turn off the lights, lock the door, and I'll see you next time. Cool.